Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 3 of the Training Hall Talks. I'm here with the managing partners for the Training Hall, Mr. Bill Wise.
Hello.
Mr. Mike Gillert.
Hello.
And of course, the legend himself, Mr. Ode Haugen.
Hello.
That was a hello. Be a little bit more charismatic, Ode. We're being personable here.
Charismatic.
We're not there. We're not there yet.
Not being paid for being charismatic.
We don't have enough drinks in us yet.
No.
He thought this was the dating game he was showing up for. He was a little disappointed with his choices.
Okay, well, Oda's over there swiping left and right. We're going to talk about LA's Strongest, the next competition on docket for us here at the Training Hall. It's going to be held September 2nd, a one-day event, all classes. This is a Strongman Corporation sanctioned event. Our sponsors, just like our other contests, great relationships with Cerebus, Barbell Apparel Company, and Dot Fit. And, of course, the Training Hall is sponsoring all the equipment. Be held down at Metroflex in Hawaiian Gardens, which is just north of Long Beach in Southern California. So if you're interested and signups are still going, it's not too late to get involved. And let's talk about the events, guys. First off, this is what, our third or fourth LA Strongest?
I think it's the fourth.
Going on to our fourth, yes.
Going on the fourth?
Yeah.
Right, so...
They went Barbell Brigade the first couple of years.
First two.
And then last year we were at the Metroflex. And it's really important to emphasize the fact that we have announced this for a 2-day contest, so some people are expected to compete on Sunday, but there will not be. Everybody will be competing on Monday, Saturday the 2nd, because the amount of entries is somewhere in the 40s to 50s. Maybe we will have 40 to 50 athletes total.
So we have the ability to consolidate and make sure we get it all done in one shot and walk away and know after one day who actually is LA's Strongest.
Yes.
There we go. Well, that's the this whole point of the contest. So let's talk about that first event, the mighty truck pull with the harness and rope, right?
That's right.
Mike, you have a lot of experience with this event. My gut is going to tell me that you are going to have a lot to say about rules, a lot to say about training. Let's take a look at some examples. We got some footage going on here.
This is, as you see, we got going on right here is without the rope, letting the guys test the equipment. We will be letting them use a rope as their guide for their hands. So basically, you will be handling it in 4-wheel drive, hands and feet going at the same time. More power, faster pull.
Pull and drive, right?
That's right, all the way through. It's going to be 60 feet, somewhere around there, roughly 60 feet.
Okay.
Time limit 60 to 90 seconds, somewhere in there.
60 seconds.
6 seconds.
Yes. Do we have any logistics on the size of the truck or like any?
No, it'll be whatever we're moving equipment down the road. And we'll set it up when we get there. It's all dependent on the...
Might have equipment in it, might have people in it, right?
So we'll test it and make sure on Friday night we'll make sure it's the right setup.
All right, perfect. We're multi-purposing all of our equipment and
That's right.
staging and human power and engine power, and that'll be good. Bill, what do you think, man? I know you've been down for all of these contests, and I know you're a big fan of all of the bigger, extravagant events. So
I think it's going to be a great event. Pulling a truck is something everybody wants to do. Some people have pulled airplanes. People who just showed up that day we were training it, as you can see in our video, decided to jump in and wanted to try it, even though they're not going to do the contest. I expect to see some really great times of truck pull and a lot of fun.
okay, Ode, there is a giant meme that circulates the internet from time to time of you pulling a tour bus at one point in your career, right?
Well, it's just a couple of years ago.
A couple
right?
years.
It was right before COVID. It was in Japan. Yeah.
Okay. What's your advice, man? You're the walking elder of profession.
Well, it's very important that you use your arms.
Okay.
I mean, people think that it's not a guide rope. It's the damn half the contest is pulling with the rope. And I say number one thing to think about is to have that rope being totally tight the whole time, off the ground. If you can keep the rope off the ground, you are being 100% efficient when you're going down the field.
Okay. So you mentioned the rope and making sure it's taut and everything, or taut, excuse me. logistically, are they going to be allowed to have somebody, or are we going to assign somebody that's going to get that rope away from them?
We will.
Right? I think that's something that
Yeah,
should
we'll have a
be.
feeder that takes the
Yeah.
rope out so they don't stumble over their own.
But it'll be the same feeder for everybody.
Yes,
right?
it will not have they won't be able to have their own.
Okay. Perfect.
And it will be off to the side, not behind them.
Okay.
Because if they're behind them, they're actually helping.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I think that's a good segue into. All right, that gets us into the next event, the yoke race. Who wants to give the items of particularities?
Yeah,
Oh, it looks like you got your notes in front of
I
yourself.
have it here in writing. So they'll have 1 minute to finish the 100-foot course. It'll be 50 foot up, set it down, pick it back up, and bring it back 50 feet. So you'll have a safety zone, so you can pick it up multiple times within the safety zone. But you only have one drop outside the safety zone. The weight will change obviously based on the weight class.
So one total drop, not each time. You don't get it on the way up, and then again on the way back you get another drop. It's one drop period, right?
One drop period, yes.
Okay. So you go 50 feet, drop it, turn it around, you're in the safe zone. That does not count as your drop, right? But you had no drops in that first 50
so you
feet.
can still have a drop before you go.
You drop it at 75, pick it up, finish 25, you finish the full,
Yep.
right? But if you drop it more than once in the open area,
Second
open
time,
zone,
second
whatever you
time
want
you
to call
drop
it.
it,
You're
it
done.
will be
Yeah.
measured.
Measurements.
Any other particulars in regards to that?
Pretty straightforward. We start with the yoke behind the line, and as soon as the back end of the yoke passes, that's when you're out of the safety zone. And when you get to the other end, you start wherever you drop it, but you have to get over the line with the front end. And then when you pick it up, you have a safety zone till the back end comes over the line.
Any penalties for sliding?
That'll be considered one of their drops then, if they're going to try and slide it in and cheat it. We've had it in enough contests where we've told them, they've seen it in our smaller 805s. It's nothing. No, that's one rule that hasn't changed, and if they want to try to cut it short, that's on them.
Okay.
So to be clear, they'll get a measurement if they drop it before they get to the finish line.
Yeah.
If it's their second drop,
Yeah, it's the
or they
second
can
drop,
pick
yeah,
it up, or they have a time penalty by picking it up and carrying it across the finish line.
So pay attention to details, guys. When you're out there, just know that the front feet have to be across the line of the safety zone and the finish line to not be counted as a drop.
That's right.
And the judges will be paying close attention. Mike, any training expertise, any pointers, anything that you'd like to kind of add that will help people out getting ready for this event?
For these guys, just the usual, like they've been doing, train. I'd say I've always done it. Train heavier than what you're going to be doing in the competition. Get used to that heavier weight. It's going to be quick, but you also got to remember it's going to be hot out there. We're going to be on the asphalt. So be ready for some heat.
If you drop it, it'll be stuck in
Be ready for some heat also. So
We're not in La Brea tar pitch yet, but we're pretty close to them, is what you're saying?
it'll be interesting out there, yes. But yeah, with the heat, it adds a little bit when you got that much weight on your back and you're trying to go fast.
Okay. So methodical thinking would be a good strategy plan.
Yep.
You know,
Stay-
methodical plotting of your feet and weight and
Yep. Also, stay hydrated. That's all I can say. Stay
well,
hydrated, guys.
I think that's just a common thing when you're looking at Southern California in September, right? So, as we are sitting here and it's 90-something degrees in the shade, and I'm about to jump into that pool. Bill, what you got, man? What's you're usually right on the sidelines and coaching these guys up, encouraging them. You got anything to add to the yoke race?
I just think it's a great event. Last year we did it for a max distance, 2-minute, I believe it was, time limit, and we actually got to see people give some amazing efforts, including losing their lunch out on the course as they gave it their all to get across. I think this can be just as exciting as Mike said. It's going to be hot, and it's going to take a good effort to get that 100 feet done in a good time.
All right. Well, good. All right. Well, that's 2 events down out of the 5 altogether, right? So the next one, right, is a new one for a lot of people. A lot of people do not have this apparatus to train on, so it's kind of we're kind of an exclusive crowd again, right? So the pole power or the power pole ladder deadlift,
Yes.
right? So where did the idea come up of doing a ladder lift utilizing one implement? And can you explain the physics behind it, Ode?
Well, it gets exponentially heavier as you go up the pole, and particularly towards the end. So I think is it 5 or 4 round? Five round. Five round. So the first one you do 5 reps. You have to do 5 reps on the first one. Then you go to the second one and you do 4, and then 3, and then 2, and on the last one you can rep out. And it's very heavy at the last one.
Right.
It goes from this curve is very steep.
So what's the time frame on this? 60 seconds?
60 seconds, yeah.
So you've got to do
With no
9,
timing,
12, 14 reps before you get to the last rung and then rep it out
Yeah.
in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to see if anybody gets to rep out the last last one.
They will. Those first ones will go real
No,
fast.
they're very easy.
Yeah, they'll be good. They'll be a nice, good warm up for you.
They'll practically be a warm up, yes.
Okay. Well, then talk to me about the physics of it, man. There's no really formula that we came up with, right? We just kind of pick spots on the pole, drill through them, and put some eye bolts in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did weigh it out with a version of a fish scale. We'd actually weigh it out of what they're going to be pulling on, and just get exponentially heavier once it hits number 4 and 5. First 3 you're going to be flying through, and we've seen in other contests where it just turned into a horse race that way when they were doing 1 and getting it done. This one definitely makes it a lot harder. You gotta be prepared for that last one when it hits you and you pull and it doesn't go anywhere.
Standard T-bar. Standard T-bar with a hook on it, right?
Yep.
Any rules or any conversations about having it say double overhand, or can they go
They could do
gross
anything
up?
they want to, but it's going to be shorter than what you see on the picture. We're going to cut off an inch on each end of the
Okay.
inch or 2 on each side of it. So it can go between your legs like more of a Ukrainian deadlift. So you don't have to be so wide when you get to the heaviest weight.
Okay.
You know, a Ukrainian deadlift rather than a sumo deadlift.
Any training cues you think of, Mike, that say somebody does not have the availability to come to the training hall and utilize this, right?
I'm just saying, get that back nice and strong by doing your normal pulling on the deadlift. Get it.
Yeah.
Just
Sumo deadlift obviously be good. Sumo deadlift will do very well on it because it is a sumo. Because you're using basically all your legs.
Right.
And with the stick shorter, it becomes a bit easier than it is right now.
All right. Well, there is a segue to this, guys, because we are the owner of all this equipment. Come all Saturdays in August, right? Every Saturday in August, we're gonna have the Strongman Saturday. It's $20 drop-in fees, or $20 fee for our members, $40 drop-in fees for anybody, anywhere. Come on in, and you can actually get your hands on this equipment. You can train on it, figure it out, get prepared prior to the contest.
Yeah, we coached him and helped him with technique and learn how to do it properly.
Okay, so just
all events.
we'll just want everybody to know that the opportunity is there to get your hands on this stuff and also get coached up by 2 of the best, Mike and Ode. So it's you have it at your disposal now. The cue's on you to take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bill, what you thinking, man?
I think we spent about 20 hours trying to remember our geometry class from high school to figure out where to put these and to set this up. I think it's going to be a great challenging event for most, and definitely from what I've heard from everybody, if you can get to the training hall and get on the implement, it's going to be so much easier for you on competition day.
Perfect. All right, next event, bag over bar, right, which is just a standard. We have a series of the Rogue bags, right? Mm-hmm. We got our standard set up at 15 feet, right?
15 feet for the men and 12 feet for the women.
12 feet for the ladies and 15 for the guys, and a 4-bag series.
5.
Yes.
5-bag series?
4 or 5,
I thought it was 5. We usually do 5.
I was double checking his notes, and
well, whatever we normally do is what we will do.
Okay. Well, it's a 4 or 5-bag series. 1 minute on the clock, right, to get them all over, right? Fastest time wins, or heaviest bag that goes over in the shortest amount of time in your weight category
Yeah,
Right.
keep on trying until the buzzer goes off. I guess if you can't get it over.
Yeah. Yeah. Bill, you got anything you want to add about this one?
It's just another good, fun event. A little bit of cardio running back and forth for your bags, and get them over and get out of the way if they don't go over.
Yeah, don't try to catch them, guys. Like, seriously. Just do not try to catch the bags, please.
Just move.
Yeah. And, again, we have the standard set out in the yard. So you guys want to come out, get trained up on throwing some bags. We'll get you all trained up, and
You should be there. You should be there some of those times to show them how to do it.
yeah, I've got to look at my calendar. I know August
Okay.
12th I plan on being out there. I know that August 5th I'm already booked.
Okay.
So I got to look at the rest of the month, and unfortunately my schedule is a little erratic these days.
Okay, some of the month they'll have to settle for me, then they get you the other parts.
There you go.
Yeah,
We'll figure it
that-
out. We'll get you. Either way, man. Like everyone knows what they're doing, so we all have a pretty good idea how to do all these events. So we've all worked together pretty well for years now, and know what each other one thinks. So
Yeah.
we're pretty much one mind. Unfortunately, we equal one mind, right?
Maybe.
one normal mind behind
Normal mind.
4 bodies, right?
There you go.
All right. What's next? After that's the circus dumbbell.
Yeah.
That's the 5th and final event.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trump
and
style.
it's done in a proper way, I think. This is why we're going to see who is the strongest in the dumbbell. It's not just going to be reps, it's going to be the heaviest dumbbell for the most reps.
Right.
So you have a choice. We have the dumbbells of choice. You have 50, 66 pounds, 75 pound, 88, 110, 124, 140, and 160, I believe they have one down there. There's going to be 160 and then 180. And you can pick any one of them and do as many reps as you like. If you're not happy with your result, you can forgo your first attempt and do a double jeopardy.
Kind of like right here. These are all the dumbbells that are out there, right?
And they have different shapes and
Besides
forms, so
that,
they're totally different.
Yeah. No, not all the dumbbells, John. You weren't there that day.
That's sad. I knew that was coming.
That's an
Thank you, Bill.
88-pound dumbbell. So some of them are rounded, as you can see, and some are square, some are loaded, are plate loaded.
Okay, so just to reiterate, just so that the rules are understood, you got the 188 that's out there, right?
Yeah.
One person gets 1 rep on that,
You beat anybody
and it
else.
beats any other multiple reps on any other lower
On
weight.
anything lower, yeah.
Yes. But it's Trump style. You can go back and you can decide to beat the person that did that by going out there and doing 2 reps
But it's
on
double
the
down,
180.
right?
Double
It's
jeopardy.
double-
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
double
got
jeopardy. So if you
Right.
miss,
You miss, you're
Right.
out.
Yep.
Right.
Zero.
like your first round doesn't count, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's a lot of strategy involved with thinking what you can and cannot do.
Yeah. So it's basically a real dumbbell for max.
Yep.
Without wasting a lot of time.
Okay. Well, good. Well, that's 5 events. The plan to start is what, 10 a.m.?
I think we have 8:30 rules meeting.
Check it in.
See, the sooner the better before it starts getting
Late
warm out there.
check- we have weigh-in the day before, but the late weigh-ins are at 8 a.m. We have 9:30 rules meeting, 10 o'clock sharp. We are starting truck pull.
Okay. And it's gotta go off like a hitch because it's gonna be hot. Labor Day, people are gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna traffic, guys. If you're showing up, make sure you plan for the traffic. It's a weekend, holiday weekend. People are gonna be out and about, and it's gonna be warm, especially warm down there.
If you got a pop up, bring a pop up.
Bring pop up. Bring coolers full
Yes.
of water.
Plenty of space to set up pop-ups. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a big parking lot back there.
So tell your family, tell your friends. Lots of spectator room down there at Metroflex. So if you got any questions in the meantime, hit up Mike, hit up Ode. They're kind of your 2 best bets for training and questions on rules, or if you got any specifics about the contest itself. These 3 guys will be there in attendance. I'll be up in Pleasanton for another one of our events that weekend. So we're going to be spread out. That's but yeah.
You're watching the guys doing. You're watching the guys doing the 180-pound now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was impressive.
That
That
was
was
a big- Huh?
that was impressive.
Yeah.
Eric Sachs did it too.
Yeah, I saw that. Saw it earlier. So Good, guys. Billy, got anything?
I just make sure you get down there for the weigh-in and check-in on. If you can't make it Friday, you have to be there Saturday. If you miss the weigh-in check-in time, you will be eliminated from the score sheet. We can't take people showing up 10 minutes before we start and adding and subtracting from score sheets. It's just cause a delay for all the other competitors. As John said, be considerate. Plan on being there an hour and a half earlier than you have to so that you're checked in and there's no problems getting going that day. And also you should get stretched out and warmed up.
Good advice. Mike, you got any last words you'd like to...
No, just bring coolers of water. That's all I can say. Just stay hydrated, stay covered up. Make sure if you have extra shirts, change them out if you're that sweaty of a person. Stay cool, stay dry. It's gonna be a fun. It's definitely gonna be one of the more fun contests we have.
All right, our illustrious leader, you want to take this podcast home?
Yeah, the Los Angeles Strongest is a very big title, and I think most people love to have that title. So now their chance to do it. We will. The regular registration is open till August 1st, which is I guess next week. Hopefully this will come out before then, and but you will be able to join later, but it costs more money. There's a penalty.
Yeah, we're going to try to get this. We'll try to get this out at least by the 31st. Give them a day's notice so that.
Yeah, there we go.
It's the 27th today, right? So
Should be.
yeah, 27th today. So as soon as our great camera guy, our new leader in the tech department, Scott Stevenson, as soon as we can get things dialed in and published for you guys, then episode 3 will be out, and episode 4 will hopefully bring back. We had some medical stuff go on with one of our old compatriots, so Martins Jacob is still on the calendar, and hopefully that'll be coming soon, very soon. So until next time, guys, just hit us up at the training hall. Go to traininghall.net for the website. Go to IG or Facebook or whatever. Hit us up there. If you got questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to fire away.
Scott Films.
And Scott Films. Let me. Well, what's the?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram.
Follow Scott on Instagram.
Scott's Films.
Scott's Films. There you go. All right, guys. We'll make sure you get tagged and doing all that stuff. And until next time, guys. We'll catch you then.
All right. Good night.